guys, welcome back to Horsepower Warehouse. I'm Junior, and today I brought another super cool car out. Let's throw this guy in park and cut her off. May I welcome you guys to the 2014 Mercedes-Benz E63S. And as you can tell by the outside, immediately when I roll up, you notice this car is not factory. Bigger wheels and tires. It has the electronic drop on it, so I think it's 1 inch and 1.5 in the rear. This car has a full suite of electronic modifications to it in terms of laser and radar integrated into the car. It's got the K40 and also the laser as well. So full downpipes, bigger turbos, AMG exhaust all the way back. So this car, 577 horsepower from the factory, 590 foot-pounds of torque as it came off the lot. Right now it's got something like 730 to the rear wheels, which is well over 800 horsepower flywheel. This car is an absolute German beast. White pearlescent paint. Looks excellent with the black wheels and the red powder coated calipers. Big old Mercedes AMG calipers, by the way. Big old rotors to match. They look awesome on this car, guys. I absolutely love this thing. It's a 2014 model. We're in the end of 19 now, so this is a 5-year-old car. Do I think that it shows any less impressive than a newer model? You tell me, guys. I'm absolutely over the moon for this thing, but you know, I came from a humble background, so for me to be able to even review this car for you guys, I'm just ecstatic to have it here. Check this thing out. We'll go ahead and pop the hood for you. And I will take the camera. So what we are looking at here, guys, is a 5.5 liter V8 twin turbo. And let's see if we can catch the aftermarket downpipes. Not really on this side. Let's check this side. Yeah, you can see them there. And they go up to that revised turbocharger. I think what they did was a bigger wheel on the compressor on the inlet side, and they revised the exhaust side as well. I'm pretty sure they just did a complete new impeller. So bigger boost, more efficient. This car comes on to power really quickly. I'll go ahead and hand the camera back. And we'll take a look at the inside. Let me yank the keys out so it doesn't relentlessly beep at us the entire time. And check this out, guys. If you're not familiar with how Mercedes does their AMG cars, the carbon fiber on these is absolutely excellent. And you can tell this isn't an overlay or anything like that. By the way, it sits into these corners. I mean, check that out. Let's get super close and let's try to get that detail for you guys. Absolutely awesome. You can see the laser, and then we have, I'll pan up, the K40 is right here. AMG steering wheel, Alcantara. This has the active seats in it as well. Let's pan back so I can get these guys. So basically when you turn, these bolsters inflate whether you're going left or right to really plant you in the seats. If you haven't had the opportunity to play with those, I was kind of blown away the first time I got in this car. I took a hard turn and it blew up on me and really kept me planted. I was super impressed. As we go and look up, we have the dual sunroof. Super cool. Alcantara headliner. I just really want to take my time in here with you guys because this car is super, super cool. Exceptionally comfy, but also sporty enough that, you know, it's able to handle the horsepower that it has. And of course they continued the carbon fiber all the way into the back. This looks great with the light colored seat belts on it. I don't know if they're light gray or white. It almost looks like a white. The seats, of course, are heated and cooled. I love it. I love the interior of the car. I love how the car looks, and I love how it performs. And speaking of performance, I think it's time for us to jump inside and take a quick test drive. All right, guys, so we're all loaded up in this car. Super, super comfortable, as I kind of showed you and talked about when we went through the interior just a little bit ago. I have it now running. It's in park. You have a couple different modes when you jump in the car. You have comfort, sport, sport plus, and manual. Manual, basically manual shifting, and then you can individually on this car configure the suspension settings. So you have two different modes for the suspension, and of course the AMG button, which pretty much puts you to the most aggressive setting off the bat. I like this car in Sport Plus. It lowers it down, it opens the exhaust valve, but it does take care of the shifting for you. This car shifts plenty fast, I can absolutely assure you. I don't know if this car shifts so wicked fast because of the aggressive tune that's in it, but it does dull it down to its defense. When you put it in comfort mode, it does act civilized like you would expect from a high-end Mercedes, but nonetheless, this thing is a 700 plus horsepower beast. So when you put it in Sport Plus, you want it to shift quickly, and it absolutely is happy to oblige. Let's put it in drive. So this car, brand new, was a $107,000 car. That was before any of the modifications, and I have receipts for this car that exceed $20,000. So let's just say he's got $125,000 into it. Right now, as it sits, this car is for sale. It has 45,000 miles on it. It's for sale at $45,000. So it has depreciated a good amount in the couple of years. Sorry, the brakes are a little bit touchy. It's got monster brakes on this thing. This is shot on a gimbal. I'm trying to do my best to keep it professional for you guys. But we are in a good spot to go ahead and pan forward. I'll do a quick 0 to 60 for you. I'm going to keep traction control on. This thing, the power comes on very linear, but it's quick. It's real quick. So let's go ahead and take a roll into it. So there's 80 mile an hour. Awesome. Absolutely wicked. I love this car. If there was a car from the entire warehouse to a daily drive that I was confident that it was actually going to get me and my family, I'm going to be able to pick up my son at the end of the day and it not break down on me, but it will spank most cars on the road, including the sports cars. This is it. This is the package, guys. German. I'm sure you could outfit an M4 to be as quick and probably give you the same experience. I really like the Mercedes package. It's ultra high end. The fit and finish of everything makes it worth the money. All the buttons are aluminum. They're not cheap feeling. This car is a couple years old now. Nothing has kind of loosened up or is rattly or, you know, the things that you would expect from a 5-year-old car. This car is held up exceptionally well. It's got a low tire pressure light on it. It's got aftermarket wheels and tires. I have it at 36 PSI. It says 51 PSI in the door. I'm not gonna run that much on these tires, so that's why it's got a low tire pressure light on. And it actually looks like it's happy with 36 PSI, but it's got 35 in the other tires. So I guess that's the threshold for how touchy it is. Nonetheless, quiet. So let's go ahead and switch it into comfort mode. and I will get on it a little bit just so you guys can hear the difference. This car is so nice. Oh my gosh. See, this is why I'm not a car salesman, guys, because I fall in love with these things and I just want to buy them myself. The more I drive this car, and you'll get the opportunity to get the input from my wife here shortly, everyone loves this car that I've come in contact with. It's sporty, it's a 4-seater, it's Mercedes, so it impresses. At $50,000, it's more attainable. It's a lot more attainable than the $125 that this gentleman is a one-owner car. So he invested $125 into this package to have it the way you see it. I love it. I absolutely love it. Well, thank you guys for joining me. I'm going to keep new reviews coming weekly. If you have any suggestions, please add so below in the comments. And most importantly, please subscribe and like. I will continue doing this, and I'm open to suggestions. I have a ton of cool cars to choose from, so I'm just going to keep churning them out every single week. I have new exotic cars like this. I have the older cars. I full-time am a car builder, so I put together 76 and older vehicles. I have a dozen cars that I'm doing frame-off restos on right now. So I have a bunch of content to share with you guys. Please stay tuned, keep with me, and I'll keep revising the process and making more meaningful content for you. Until then, take care, and thanks for joining.
I wake up on Sunday morning, feel that ache inside my heart. I can't hold on any longer, for seconds from falling apart. Wasn't like any other summer, soon it left that warm summer breeze. Although you gave me your promise that you were never gonna leave, but you did, and you always will. Because to you, it is just a thrill. Hearts breaking on the dance floor. You better hold on so they don't take you down. Heart breaking on the dance floor. You better move fast, don't ever slow down. Trying to fight these restless nights and the beating of my heart.
All right, honey, so what do you think? Are we sold?
I like it. I want this one.
Is it fast enough? Mm-hmm. Is it comfortable enough? Mm-hmm. Is it cheap enough? No. Because we are poor people. But that's okay, because we can enjoy it still.
We can have dreams.
Yes. I'm in the business where I'm able to enjoy things like this and do reviews as such. But if we could afford it, would we be sold?
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely, guys.
I like it.
It's awesome. Do you like it as much as I do?
Yes. Gives
All right.
me butterflies.
2 thumbs up, guys. 2 thumbs up.
Is that better?
What happens is usually I get talking and then you go.
No, as you're driving, it like tries to follow things outside the window. So there's that.
I want to make sure it's not blowing air at the microphone. Okay, you ready? I want to get one in too, because now mine's going to go. As soon as you record me, I'm going to have to...
Your nose is gonna itch. I don't know how I'm gonna brace it when you go.